just address this. There was a woman who wrote an article about how words can be violent and speech can be physically violent because it causes stress in the listener, and as a result, stress can be a physiological change. I vehemently disagree with these people, but I want to.
I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to say, well, they're absolutely right, but there's a big but here, and this is a technical problem, methodological problem with the research. So let's say that I think you're wrong about something. Maybe you're a family member of mine, eh? And I think you're wrong about this. And when I mean wrong, I think if you keep doing this, bad things are going to happen to you or the people that you love. That's what wrong means. Yeah. Okay, so we have a stressful conversation about this, and it's bloody stressful. Like, you know, your heart rate goes up, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, you're sweating. It's like, it's really
you're not comfortable.
You're not comfortable. No, you're prepared for a fight. So you're in emergency preparation mode, and maybe like it's just too much. And so the idea that the interchange of opinions can be stressful, even to the point of harm, is absolutely correct. But what about the consequences of not having those conversations? So there's two consequences. Is one, well, you just let people proceed on their merry way as they're wandering into a pit and dying. And so that's also pretty stressful. And second, here, the time frame of the investigation really matters. So let me give you an example. I can use this from the self-authoring program. So if I say, okay, you sit down now and write about your past, write about the things about your past that still bother you when you think about them. They're more than 18 months old, but when you think about them, they still bring a tear to your eye or make you angry or something like that. And say, okay, you're going to want to avoid those things because they're emotionally, they're still enmeshed in an emotional framework. But I'm going to say, no, you just plow through them, man. You plow through them. Okay, so, and then I get your subjective self-report on that. And you're going to say, Jesus, that was horrible. I was sweaty, I was afraid, I was angry. And then I'll track you for 2 weeks and your mood will have gone down. It would be worse. And so then my conclusion would be, oh, you shouldn't be writing about terrible things that happened to you in the past because look how bad it is for you. But if I track you for 6 months, then I find out that you've got much better. So the problem with these words is violence argument is, okay, fair enough. What time frame? What's your damn time frame? And what's your comparison? So, and there's plenty of research in the psychological literature on repressors. So these are people who don't engage in conflict at all, regardless of the fact that they have something to have conflict about. And what you see is that on the surface, they look reasonably well regulated emotionally. But if you take psychophysiological measurements, they're just a mess.
Right.
So of course words can cause trouble, and they can even, like, there are times when I'd rather be punched than assaulted verbally, let's say. Right. It's just faster to get it over with, you know? But that's not the issue. The issue is we're talking about a game that propagates across time. And the hypothesis of the people on the words are violence end of the spectrum is that the net consequence of not allowing people to engage in difficult conflict is going to be positive. It's like, I think that's so naive that I think it's naive to the point of criminality.
I agree.
So people have to come out and have conflict, man, and it's hard. It's rough. But I have an alternative.